Hi everyone, and welcome back to Ilana and Jamie. If you've ever been in a situation where you've been dating someone or in a relationship with someone, and then at a certain point they say something, do something, behave in a certain way, and you just feel all the emotion drain out of you, and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know this person at all, right? We want to try and unpack that a little bit today.
Yeah, because most people will describe that correctly as a feeling of losing respect for someone. And if you go through the different examples of losing respect or why it was that we lost respect, first of all, they're very painful, especially if this is someone that we really cared for or we really looked up to. And suddenly we discover that, you know, ethically they're not holding where we thought they were.
Politically they're
not honest. They've done something to betray us.
Well, just the way they treat the waiter. I mean, yeah. You know, like it could just be like nasty.
Right,
know?
And you discover something, and you know, there's this visceral reaction. It's like, get me away from you. Like, ugh, I can't believe I was ever close to you. I can't be the same room as you. Like, not even talking about how that affects people's, you know, physical intimacy. There's a whole disaster, right? So, what is it about that experience that we can really learn for our relationship skills? So, all those examples that I mentioned, they have really one thing in common. And that is that on some level, you thought you had some kind of connect on a values level, and then you realize that you didn't. Because what respect is, it's the feeling that you get when you are connected to somebody on a values level. And what loss of respect is, really, is when I thought that we were connected, I thought we were on the same page, and I discover you're in a different place, and I cannot connect to the values that you have, you know, displayed via your behavior.
Well, now there's two problems with this. The first is that we all know, right, that the expression is not necessarily equivalent to the fundamental underlying value, if that makes any sense. We've all been in situations where we did something weird and someone's like, why did you do that? And you're like, oh, I have an insecurity, and so it just sometimes when you said that it made me feel this, and then I did that, right? So there's like an underlying thing, right? And then there's the expression. So one of the things that you can do, especially if you're in a pre-existing relationship, a strong relationship, a committed relationship, but also when it comes to dating, right, is you've got to say, hang on a second, what is the underlying value of this person? So for example, if I believe that we have to build a fairer and safer society, and Ilana believes we have to build a fairer and safer society, but she believes that this political party has a better chance of doing it, I believe this political party has a better chance of doing it. We might argue about the politics, but we're unlikely to lose respect because we understand we both want similar thing. We're arguing in the details, and that's okay. That could be healthy. The problem, of course, is right is that if what you're really arguing on is the most fundamental value, then it could be that you're actually not that compatible with the person, and you don't really respect or connect to them.
That's right. So you can have two people who are doing the same behaviors, but coming from a completely different set of values.
That's right.
Right? I'm doing this out of the goodness of my heart, and you're doing this to make money, right? And you can have other times where we actually do share values, but we're behaving in different ways. And it's very important for couples and also for parents and their children to get down to the bottom of where is this coming from on a values level, because there's lots of room for different behaviors, different commitments, and respect guarded if we know that it's coming from a place that we really think highly of. But without that communication, we can start to feel that we've grown apart for no reason.
So I know, for example, with my own kids, sometimes I think, do they have my values? You know, and something, because of course, not only do you want your deep values, but you also want your partner or your children, whatever, to express them exactly the same way as you too. It doesn't work like that. People individualize and they personalize and they express things in a different way. So if you can learn how to identify and therefore connect to the core value, the expression ceases to be less important. Now, again, we're not talking about massively antisocial behavior, bigotry, terrible things. You know, of course not. But in the world of expression, that would be not okay, I guess, even if you had a certain level of compatibility of values. But in fundamental terms, when you're dating or when you're looking to kind of reconnect in a deep way within an existing relationship, it's really important to learn how to understand what's the underlying value, because that's the feeling of respect. And it's more fundamental, than the way that it expresses itself, assuming that expression happens within socially normal boundaries.
Yes, but if you're not in a relationship yet and you're looking for one, we really strongly recommend that you do a little bit of self-dating, where you ask yourself this question: what are my core values? What's really important to me? What is it that needs to be present in the other person's worldviews so that I can have a natural respect for them? You'll save yourself an awful lot of time and pain. So we recommend that one.
Take it easy. See you soon.